Hey, what's up, friends? Shane here, and this is VOW 2021 verse of the week. I'm with Jordan. I'm with Tori. They are two of our great life group leaders. Listen, it's John 11:35 today. If you're not in a life group, get in a life group. It's the best thing you'll do for yourself today, this week, this month, this year. Grow with people in the grace and knowledge of Jesus Christ. All right, John 11:35. Here we go. What is up, Jordan?
Yeah, so our full passage today is John 11, verses 1 through 44. But the key verse, the verse of the week, is verse 35, which is Jesus wept. And as we were studying, our supporting verse for this study was John 1:14, which Tori is going to read for us.
John 1:14. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth.
Yeah, so keeping that verse in mind, I'll give some context for the passage. And Lazarus of Bethany, who is the brother of Martha and Mary, but also a dear friend and almost like a brother to Jesus, is ill. And Martha and Mary send for Jesus to come heal him. And Jesus arrives 2 days later, and Lazarus has died. And Martha and Mary are grieving and confused. And so in verse 21, Martha meets Jesus just outside of Bethany and says to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask from God, God will give to you." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha said to him, "I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. And everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who is coming into the world." So looking back at John 1:14, seeing how Jesus is the Word that became flesh, and that he is the Son of God, full of grace and truth. Looking at those two sides to Jesus, that he is fully God and fully man. In this moment, when Martha meets him outside of Bethany, he is everything that she needs him to be in that moment. He brings the truth and the promise that he is the resurrection and the life, and that not only will she see her brother, but she will see him because of Jesus, because he is the resurrection. And so he brings that side of himself that she needs in that moment, and he's able to meet her where she is.
Yeah, and then on the grace side, it's the flesh side of Jesus, the empathetic side of Jesus, and that is in John 11:32 through 36. When Mary reached the place where Jesus was born and saw him, she fell at his feet and said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping, the Jews who had come along with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in the spirit and troubled. "Where have you laid him?" he asked. "Come and see, Lord," they replied, and Jesus wept. I love this verse because it just shows how Jesus truly feels every single emotion that we feel, and that he's not like stone cold and distant. He's approachable, and he understands every single thought and feeling and the actions that he takes. For our feelings are just what he did with Mary, where he saw her weeping and he felt moved, and then he too wept.
Yeah, for sure. The Greeks had a word for this, it was apatheia, and they thought that God was isolated and compassionless and passionless, and that he was emotionless. And so Jesus kind of just reshapes everything here for the person who would look at this from the Greek angle, from what that world's influence still was. This is a big moment to see God of creation look down at man and be amongst man, and be full of love, be full of compassion, worry about the actual heart issue that's going around. Y'all, you did a great job. Thank you so much for jumping in with us on Verse of the Week, VOW 2021. God loves you. I love you. There's nothing y'all can do about it. God bless you. We will see you very, very, very soon.